Hey guys, we're back again. It's been another 45 minutes. Alright, come over and check it out what we got here. Now see, it still looks like milk, right? There's a curd there, if you can see it. When you stick a knife in and just pull it, you get a nice break here. Like that. That's what we're looking for, a nice clean break. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut these curds. Alright, so we're going to cut these into like 1/4 inch cubes. They don't have to be exactly 1/4 inch, but we're going to cut them into small cubes. Alright. And these basic steps of heating the milk, adding the culture, okay, cut this way. Those are the same steps that you're going to take pretty much no matter what kind of cheese you're making. To master those first few steps, you can make all different kinds of cheese. Then it's just a matter of what starter culture you use. If you use a mold culture at that point, depending upon if you're making a mold ripened cheese. A lot you can do with going from this very basic step. Okay, now I'm going to try and cut it kind of at an angle here. If you don't have a knife, this isn't a curd knife, I just use a bread knife. But if you don't have a curd knife, you can always use a whisk. You basically take a whisk and just stick it down through the curd and cut it up that way. And they make specialty knives for this, but again, I don't buy anything I don't have to buy. So we're cutting all this up into small cubes. Okay, now I'm going to give it a stir. And you see how the size of those cubes of curd? Alright, we're going to give this a stir. I don't want to beat it up too much, but we just want to break the curd on the bottom free. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to let this sit for 5 minutes. And to avoid just, you know, the monotony of you watching it sit for 5 minutes, I'll explain to you what we're going to do. We're going to let this sit, the curd sit undisturbed for 5 minutes. We'll cover on and let it sit undisturbed for 5 minutes. Then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly, I'm going to drain this water out because this is pretty much cold now. I'm going to fill this with more with hot water again. And we're going to raise the temperature of this curd to 100 degrees over the next 30 minutes. But roughly no more than 2 degrees every 5 minutes. Alright? Once we get it there to 100 degrees, we're going to stir it for 30 minutes at 100 degrees. Once we stir it for 30 minutes, we're going to put the cover back on and we're going to let it sit for 20 minutes. And that'll let the curd all settle to the bottom. We don't want it to mat, we just want it to settle out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to drain off the whey. And now at this point, you see the yellowish liquid that's starting to form here, and you'll see a lot more of it once we come back. There's all the liquid in here is the whey. The white stuff is the curd. What we're going to do is we're going to drain off the whey, and we're going to reserve that. We're going to save that whey because we want to make whey cheese out of that. And we're going to strain the curd into a colander lined with cheesecloth. Alright? Then we're going to put it back in the bucket and let it sit for 20 minutes. All right? So I'll be back. We're going to let this thing, like I said, we're going to let it sit, stand for 5 minutes the way it is. It'll be at 12:40. Then we'll come back. We'll start to raise the temp. Then we'll do that over 30 minutes. Then we're going to stir for another 30 minutes. So I won't see you for an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. And when we come back, you'll see all the way at the top and all the curds separated at the bottom. All right? And then we'll show you where to go from there. All right? I'll see you in about an hour and 5 minutes. All right, bye.